Thanks for tuning in and welcome to our next session on how Quantum unlocked massive ROI with Piper, the AI SDR agent. I'm Claire Evan, Director of Product Marketing here at Qualified, and I'm here with one of our great customer champions, Alexi Hatch. She's the VP of Marketing at Quantum. Welcome, Alexi.
Thanks, Claire. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, awesome. Well, first off, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and Quantum?
Yeah, absolutely. So like you mentioned, I've been here for a little over 3.5 years as their VP of Growth Marketing. So I get to do everything from digital to marketing operations to campaigns, ABM, all of that type of stuff was in my wheelhouse. It's a lot of fun. Quantum is a digital analytics platform. We help customers identify their friction points on their websites and their digital properties real time. So it helps them identify how they can take advantage and get more revenue or more opportunities from their customers. So it helps our customers prioritize what matters most, which is their customers.
Love that. Awesome. So Quantum has been a customer of Qualified for a long time, since about 2022. Can you share with us why you hired Piper? Like, what was happening for your team at the time when you brought her onto the team?
Yeah, sure. So Qualified has always been a very important part of our marketing programs, marketing strategy. Back in 2022, when we brought it on from a chat functionality and really providing that great web experience for our customers. And so over time, it has always been the top performing program for all of marketing, whether that is, chat, digital events, doesn't matter. Qualified has always been really, really successful. So the one thing is that we did have, it had to be manned by humans, or it was just more simple kind of if and or statements, right? Which was fine and it worked really well. But obviously when AI came on, it was like, wait a minute, this is very, very cool. And also the big kind of change moment that happened for us was that we sunset our North America SDR team. We saw a better opportunity elsewhere. And so we made the tough decision to sunset that. At that point in time, we transitioned all of our lead follow-up over into our AEs, which, as you can imagine, was slightly difficult, as they are trying to close deals. Also trying to engage with our marketing leads was a bit tough. And so while our deal sizes were growing really significantly, there was so much opportunity from the web and top of funnel that we wanted to capitalize on, but it was just really difficult. And so when Piper came up, immediately was like, hang on a second, I think we might have our solution here. And so first and foremost, we brought on Piper to take over our chat. That was the first moment that we, really experienced the power of her. We named our Piper Quinn. So on our site, Quinn is the one that engages. And what she does for us is she just gets down to who we really care about really quickly and provides them the experience that we want to give them. So we have a really tight ICP. We're looking for about 1,000 accounts really in total across the globe. And so we want to be able to not only the people that are coming to the site, give them the best experience, give them a really curated chat experience, reduce friction in how they are requesting demos and stuff like that. But we also want to deflect the people that we don't particularly care about. They can hang out on the site and do their thing, but we don't really want to engage our own internal teams for that. And so Piper does all of that for us. She's either providing the better experience or deflecting them. So that's how we use chat. And then, like I mentioned, the follow-up with the MQLs and the leads has been difficult with transitioning over to AE follow-up. And so when email came out, again, it was like, okay, I think we have a solution here to fix all of this. And sure enough, that's exactly what it's done. So we now, all MQLs actually flow through Piper. She does all of our follow-up for leads. She's done all of our event follow-up. And in fact, the very first time, the first week that we turned her on, she sourced a deal that was 2 times our ACV. So immediate ROI came out of it, which was really nice. Took the pressure off of me for sure, which was nice. But yeah, immediate success. And it's just been a great tool for us.
It's so awesome. I love the fact that, you were seeing so much success with Qualified as a channel powering inbound, on basically Quantimetric's digital storefront, right? But then,
Yep.
of course, back then it's rules-based experiences, and then you were using humans to do that engagement. And then, without that SDR team capacity anymore, using Piper to help scale first on the website, but then also power and take the inbound lead follow-up off of the AE's hands. Obviously is super, super powerful. And yeah, to see that there was ROI in just the first month is incredible. Can you talk a little bit about results? So you started to touch on that, just some of the ROI. Like, how has rolling Piper out, in this new, I guess, agentic way of having an inbound SDR that's working the website and email, and she's handling all of your inbound now? So yeah, can you just share some of the results that Quantum
Yeah,
see?
absolutely. So I'll talk about the results in kind of two different angles. First and foremost on the website. So with chat alone, when we know that somebody has engaged with Quinn on the site in comparison to not engaging with her or engaging with a different flow that might not have Quinn in it, those people are 8 times more likely to actually request a demo. And also take our like top performing offers, our product tour library. So we use Quinn a lot to drive into that, to get people to watch and see our product. And so is very, very successful at that. Anywhere from 8 to 10 times more likely to convert on those. Those are also incredibly important offers for us, not only from like a top of funnel conversion, but we know if we have buyers come through that offer, they actually convert to stage 2 at a crazy rate in comparison to any other program that we run. And so it's a really solid way to predict our funnel, quite honestly. It's like, hey, we know that if this top of funnel is converting through Piper, it's going to convert at this. And so it makes forecasting a lot easier for me personally, which is nice. So that's the one side. And then the other piece of it is obviously the revenue and the deal sizes. And so first off, Quinn really supports all of our digital efforts, obviously. And for the most part, she touches just about digital, any digital source pipeline that's out there, which is over 50% of our pipeline today, from a marketing generated standpoint. And then the thing that I most love above everything else, it's great to have, opportunities and deals come in, but I really care about that ACV. And on average, Quinn is pulling in deals that are 2x our average ACV. And so that not only there's a quantity there's a top of funnel to take advantage of, but it's very, very high quality and she's able to convert those.
Yeah, the quality piece is amazing. Like, not only is she generating more opportunities for your team to engage, but then those deals are actually really valuable and are actually closing, which is what you want to see. She's the best SDR ever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as a marketing leader, just last question, is there any advice you would give to other marketing leaders on the call who are just looking at hiring an AI SDR agent for inbound, like Piper, shifting to a more automated strategy? Like, where should they start and why should they start now?
Yeah. I mean, for me, what Piper does is she eliminates that trade-off of like quality and quantity. The reason why there's always this quality conversation is like I only have so many resources from my SDR team, from my AEs. And so I really have to hone in that top of funnel quality, fully knowing that I am, probably leaving quite a bit of pipeline on the table because I simply don't have enough time to really work them really hard for, a longer period of time. And so that's what I love about Piper is that she eliminates that trade-off. It's we can now really actually open back up our top of funnel a little bit more. So when we transition to our AEs, we actually cut back our top of funnel to make sure that like the ones that were going to the AEs were the most important leads. And so our top of funnel certainly suffered from that from a volume standpoint. With the inclusion of Piper, we're actually going to be opening up a much larger media mix this year because now we know that she's going to follow up. So I think that that's one thing that it eliminates that trade-off game that you have to play. The other thing that I've learned with Piper, I mean, it's like managing a person, I mean, it is really like an AI worker, which is a lot of fun. I mean, you train it, you provide it feedback, and I will say like the amount of time that I've invested in Piper, in this front part in training her and providing feedback. For probably every hour that I had given her, I have gotten tens of hours back and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so that would be like one of my biggest points of advice is like spend the time training her. Really break out all your different campaigns, be really personalized. The content that she spits out is so incredible and personalized and thoughtful if you spend the time to train her to do that. And so, yes, there's a little bit of work, but just like onboarding anybody, there's a little bit of work. I think you get a much quicker payoff when you spend that a little bit more time in the upfront.
Awesome. Such good advice. Well, Alexi, thank you so much for joining us today and telling us a little bit about Quantum Metric's story with Piper and Quinn. It's been so awesome. So we really appreciate it.